You guys, I'm playing on the floor with Lena because we have some important things to talk to you about. The important question of the day is, do you know what a bolt of fabric is? If any of you have ever gone to a fabric store and you wanted to buy some fabric, the fabric is going to be sold on something called a bolt. A bolt is generally a piece of cardboard, it's very thick cardboard with fabric wrapped around it. This is not exactly a bolt of fabric right here, but do you guys recognize this at all? This is what I wore for day 113. Thank you by Alanis Morissette. I keep asking you guys to watch my video. People are not watching my video, but I'm going to start to talk about it anyway. So this is the best representation of a bolt of fabric that I have. I'm going to teach you a very practical skill for Earth Day and Earth Week that will help you in many regards throughout your household. I have here 3 random objects and I'm going to cut them. And I'm going to do something which I call turning them into a fabric. When you turn something into a fabric, and this is my phrase, this is something that I invented, Amanda's phrase. When I turn something into a fabric, I am turning something that is either ripped or torn or used or broken. I'm turning it into something that is usable, something that is workable. The idea behind turning something into a fabric means you're going to cut around the problem, cut around the hole, cut around whatever it is that's ugly or bad or broken or damaged, and you're going to be left with something that is usable, because in their right mind, absolutely nobody is going to be dealing with a sock that is ripped or has a hole in it. People will generally 10 times out of 10 will throw away a sock instead of doing the crazy cuckoo stuff that I do. So for more than 20 years, I have been, quote unquote, turning stuff into a fabric, converting things into a fabric. And I'd love to teach you. It's a really easy and simple skill to have. I'm going to start off with this sock. So the sock, as you can see, it has a hole in it. Anybody is going to throw it away. So what I do is I'm just going to lay it, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to do it right in front of you, and I'm going to try to do this as fast as I possibly can. I'm going to get my little fabric scissors, and I'm basically going to try to create either a square or a rectangle. But even if I do that, I don't want you to get hung up on the shape, because I'm not looking for perfection. I'm really looking for something that would be considered usable. So right now I'm just like basically splitting the sock down the middle in half, and this is what I'm left with. And it still isn't good enough, so I'm going to cut around the hole because I'm not going to work with the hole. So I'm going to cut a straight line. The key is straight line. And we have this, and it's looking better. Sorry, that is not on the camera, but I'm going to try to fix this part up right here, and then I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm basically just cutting out the hole in a damaged area. So you saw the sock how it was in the beginning. This is the hole. This is the usable part. This is what is already converted to a fabric. This is also usable, but it's not quite in the shape that I want because it's very lopsided. It's hard to work with things that are lopsided, so I suggest that you want to make sure that everything has either a square or a rectangle shape. So I'm just cutting off some edges, and I'm trying to do this as fast as I can because I want to show you how it ends up being. And the result is going to be something that you can actually work with. This is going to be helpful in terms of saving things from the landfill, not throwing things away, and really trying to give things a second life. So this is not perfect, but it is better than what it used to be. It used to be a sock with a hole in it, and now this is usable. We can actually use this for other stuff. Here are all the scraps that I cut off, and believe it or not, we're going to use this too. This is the part that had the hole in the sock. So what you can do with this part and with this part is you can use it as lining in different kinds of sewing projects. You can use it with mixed media. You can actually work with this because you have converted a sock that had a hole into fabric. What you could do with the ripped stuff that I have talked about for years and years and years, you can actually convert them into fabric chips. And I'm going to demonstrate in about 2 seconds how fast that is. You get the part that you think you're going to throw away, and you just start cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. You just cut the whole thing down. Look how fast I'm doing it. It doesn't take any effort at all. Just takes a couple seconds. You're just going to cut it down. I'm just trying to do this as fast as possible so you could see right now what I'm doing. And what you're left with is something that looks like confetti, but it's not confetti. You're going to convert that into stuffing. So you can make stuffed pillows, stuffed whatever. This is stuffing, so it's all usable. So notice that we took a sock that had a hole in it, thought we were going to throw it away, did not throw it away.